Is that what Howie said?
Look,
What did Howie ask you?
I'm like, Howie, I wanted to say, Howie, I don't ever recall being your bro, but.
And what was the other thing what was that?
Well, because I always said I would vote you out to them. I said it about Marcellus. What was the other time? When else were you nominated? Week 4?
Pick a week.
Week 6. Oh, you were nominated week 7 too. Against who's him. Oh, him. Yeah, because I said I was voting you out over him. And so, yeah, okay, I get it now, because I was telling him bros before hoes. That's actually where he was getting at. And he said, bros before hoes, something about throwing me under the bus.
No, there was another name that he called your alliance. Did you have a name for like?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What was it called?
The Perfect Storm.
Yeah, what is that? I'm like, what's that?
There's actually 2 alliances I didn't tell you about.
Oh God, Boogie. All right, the Perfect Storm is who?
The Perfect Storm was me, Will, James,
and Howie.
Howie, and Janelle.
Okay.
Just for like 1 week.
You guys. Yeah.
So that was when, I mean, Will and I worked our fucking asses off to get Marcellus up.
Out, right. And out.
then
out.
They still wanted him, and it was like part 2.
Right.
So while we were doing that, we called ourselves the Perfect Storm. We kept telling them, you know, or whatever. So then okay, so at the same time, there was another alliance in the house.
God, yeah.
I hope you understand I couldn't tell you before tonight. It was called the Legion of Doom. And it was me, Will, Danielle, and James.
Yeah.
That was...
When was that created?
That was created I think about week 5. And then that lasted until the day James left.
So you mean I'm not too far off by the puppet master having lots of puppets?
No, you're dead on.
I was dead on.
You're dead on, and they all know it.
And they all know it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead.
So that's what Howie was referring to. I mean, it was like a 1 week thing, and then we got rid of them. But we obviously led them to believe that.
When was that? When did you create that?
We were going to vote out you.
When did you create the Legion of Doom?
Do you remember Danielle would always say, live one day, LOD, live one day? She kept saying, LOD, LOD, live one day.
Oh my God.
She was saying Legion of Doom.
Oh my God. All right, yeah. It's so nice to just like be a pawn in this game because you don't even have to know anything and just going on. Okay, go ahead.
The Perfect Storm was like 1 week. It was literally like...
When did you create the Legion of Doom?
The Legion of Doom, I will tell you, is going to be a major storyline. Like, we had this pose we would do. Like...
Oh my God, yeah.
We would go like this, and it meant the Legion. And like when we took pictures for CBS.com, we said, oh, let's be gangsters, like rap gangsters, but we were really like making the Legion of Doom.
Oh my, when did you create the Legion of Doom? Just out of curiosity. Was it in the house or was it pregame?
No. It was in the house.
Okay.
Me and Danielle had our little thing like you had your thing.
Right.
And then I knew she was working with James, and I wanted to start getting information flow from season 6.
Right.
So I knew that James, once they took one little hit, that James was going to bail out because he was a nervous person and whatever. So week 5, when you threw the HOH and Danielle became in power, obviously James gravitated less towards the 6 because they were going to lose one, and more towards Danielle. So she said, I was cool with James on just a buddy tip, and she said, you know, why don't the 4 of us get down? And I was like, I was real into it because I actually really trusted James. I don't know why, but I really did.
Are you crazy?
And I know, but I
None of the way you needed to go.
And Will was like, no fucking way, dude. I'm not getting down with them.
Yeah.
No way. And I was like, look, let's just get down with them for a bit. We'll get information flow from Howie and Janelle. I think the Kaser was already nominated at this. It was right when Kaser got nominated. I was like, and you know, Danielle, she survived that first week. She has the best relationships with everybody in the house. You know, we're cool with Erika, we're cool with Danielle. If we're cool with James, now all of a sudden we're cooler with more people than not, and that's not how it was 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So I named it the Fantastic Four, and I said that Danielle was like the Jessica Alba.
Oh, God.
James was the Mr. Stretch because he could stretch the truth and lies into all different things. Will was the Thing because he was gentle and lovable, but you didn't want to piss him off, otherwise he would destroy you. And I was the fucking Human Torch because I was, you know, was excitable and could get a little crazy at any one time. So we rolled with that for like a week, and then Will turned it into the Legion of Doom. And that's why Danielle, when she would get drunk, she'd be like, LOD. And then, like, Howie, I remember a couple times was like, yeah, what's that or whatever. And she's like, live one day. But because she was kind of religious and, you know, you kind of just went with it because you thought that's what she was
needed to
about.
go, yeah.
So
I'm so fucking glad now I voted her ass out. Yeah, go ahead.
So, week...
So I knew Will was behind this whole thing. That's why I had to fucking vote him out.
Week... okay, so I nominate James and Janelle.
Yep.
And, okay, yeah, I nominate James and Janelle. I tell James, dude, the Legion, it was the week that it was, there was only 4 votes. So we're like, we got you. It's fucking Danielle and will vote. I'll be the tiebreaker. You're good. And he's like, all right, cool. All the while, that's when we threw the God of Otev to Janelle, or at least helped her win it. Got out James. I mean, I thought you were going to play spoiler that week because everything was like
You might have wanted to just let me in on it.
I know. It was hard. And I wanted to keep my side thing.
I mean, I understood that, but all you had to say was, listen, I have the side thing, don't just throw it. That's all you had to say to me.
I know.
I would have...
It's tough.
I trusted you, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, you had your own agendas too, and you know, it was tricky at that point. There was still like 9 people or 8 people here, you know what I mean? You had to look out for yourself, I was looking out for myself. Again,
but I always had your back, Mike. That's the thing.
But at no point was any of this plan in your disinterest, you know what I mean?
No, I understand that, but if I could have fucking won that, and you would have been like, fuck, now she's got to go, she's going. Or at least you would have had to come to me and like, you know what, we're going to vote James. And I would have been like, okay. I told Will, I said, either one of them goes, I don't give a fuck, as long as it's not me. A strong player leaves either way.
Right.
I mean, Will would always say, like, you're great to work with, because I was very understanding about that. I didn't give a shit who left as long as it wasn't me. You know? The Legion.
And on the last day, the day before James left, is when we took the pictures with the thing.
I told his ass he was going. I'm like, sorry, you're going. I told everyone that left the house, I was like, I think you're leaving.
Except George.
Except I didn't have time.
Of course. I mean, that was crazy that night.
But, you know, the Legion of Doom. Oh my God, that's disgusting.
I knew you'd love that one. I mean, that's going to be a big storyline.
Is it?
Yeah, big. Because that, keep in mind, it's, you know, we're sitting here, the two of us right now, and it's the cheesiest nickname ever, but at that point...
Chilltown isn't cheesy enough.
At that point, there was still 7 players left in the game, and Will and I...
Did James really trust you guys? James really trusted you guys?
Totally trusted us.
Idiot. Sorry.
He totally trusted us.
Yeah.
So, do you put